point to wear my shirt with the Chicago flag on, only today because...
You want to be in Chicago.
Well, no, well, of course I do, but that's not what I'm saying. I am working this year on releasing a few collection books, like I was doing the chapter 38s and the chapter 18s, and this is a proof copy of one of them, chapter 48, volume 1. I happen to have a shot of Chicago from the 96th floor of the John Hancock building that I took last year, and I'm like, oh, that has to so be a cover. It has to so be a cover. And John is still so angry about this because this was photographed from the floor-to-ceiling windows in the women's bathroom. They have no windows in the men's bathroom. And he's like, this is so unfair. And I'm like, this is the one time where you're allowed to take pictures in the bathroom because we're all just standing there like idiots taking pictures. So that's why I had to do that one. And I thought I would read 3 poems, 2 of them from here and a new one, that are all from different people's voices. So these are stories, because sometimes you hear things and you really want to share what other people's insights are. So this is from Getting Wired show. And Bobby Killebrew, who is a police officer in Michigan, told me this story, and I'm sharing it with you. It's called Knowing Kevorkian. Oh, I knew Kevorkian. He used to be a pathologist, and he used to do autopsies for my precinct. What I remember about Kevorkian was that he'd go out with us, for drinks, and he'd get a gin martini. But he would always have just one, and he'd never join the conversation. I never thought he had anything to say. Never thought he'd ever cause. Well, I guess he did.
Yeah.
This is actually another one from Bobby Killebrew, and it's not about being a police officer. It's about my mom. So, sorry, it's going to be a sad one, but this is something that he shared with me, and he's trying to think of it. This is called We're Not Making Any More Appointments. I never thought your mom was really sick. It never occurred to me that your mother was dying. I saw her getting more and more sick, but I didn't think that meant anything. Your dad was taking your mom to the doctor, and he wanted someone to go with him. She needed help walking, getting into the office. So my wife, Janet, went with them. They went to the doctor, and they checked on your mother, and they said, we're not making any more appointments. And that's when it hit me. Even the doctors knew she was near the end. I heard this from a woman from North Korea. And I heard her say this, and I said, I have to share this. This is called, quote unquote, love for your government. And this is how late I am. I didn't have time to print anything. So I bring it on table. The one thing that made me want to escape to America was watching the movie Titanic. Because I couldn't understand why people in the movie would want to die for love. Because love, for us, meant to love your leader, love your government, because they saved us from the evil Americans. This was the only love I knew. My mother never said, I love you to me. That was unheard of. There was only the love for your leader. I went to school, I'd come home, and I'd only hear of love for our leader, nothing else. I want you to understand this. There was nothing else than this quote-unquote love for your government, no love for your family. And that's why I needed to leave, to truly feel love. Ooh.